Hello, Porter. What's up, Daddy? P-Funk Chang. That's a nice one. I like P-Funk. Was that like the P-Funk All-Stars and like Funkadelic or something cool like that? How is everybody? 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I guess. I don't know. Someone doesn't know how to use a clock. It's one of us. Hopefully everyone's well. This fine Thursday evening. We have some stuff we can talk about today. There's been a little bit of drama in the Geo R5 world. I just opened something on accident. And let's hope that it doesn't start playing audio. Let's switch over really fast. We're going to close this Tom Cole thing really quick. Yeah, we have some stuff. We got Planet Eclipse drama. Sorta. I mean, they just have a gun that's not really working like it's supposed to. We have HK Army mask parts, which are kind of fun. And then we have a JT response to that. We're going to talk about serial killers. We got Team USA stuff. There's some brand new NXL news that Tom Cole talked about over on the Play the Game podcast. But first, before we get to that, the best paintball store in the world, bfpgear.com, right there. Black Friday paintball gear is what they used to be called. So you might kind of recognize that name from the past. They're fantastic. You know, they help support this channel. And I would... I was going to say deplore you guys. I was going to... suggest you buy paintball stuff from BFP Gear. You know, they help support this channel. It's owned by, we'll say, a family business, like a lot of these paintball stores are. There's a store here in Sacramento, sacpaintball.com. They also have a store in Modesto, California, Extreme Paintball. So definitely check out BFP Gear. They've been a huge supporter of this channel. And really, without, you know, support like that, this thing wouldn't be possible. So, BFP Gear, go check them out. There's links in the description. Or you can just go to bfpgear.com. Yep. They're vital to this. Die Paintball, the big elephant in the room. Jesus Christ, what's with paintball? Well, just what's with people, you know? I don't know if we're going to necessarily talk about that, but Die Paintball, Dave Youngblood Enterprises, owned by Dave DeHaan. Dave Youngblood has been in paintball for, I mean, really as long as anybody else. Started Die Paintball, making barrels and stuff like that. And then, I don't know. I mean, my suggestion would be go over to Paintball, not Paintball Nation. My suggestion would be go over to Reddit, the paintball subreddit. There's like a post in there where you can find out more information about what's happening with Die. Or M. Carter Brown, MCB, or mcarterbrown.com. They also, there's a post up over there where you can find out what's happening. We're not talking about that shit. I don't even know what to tell you guys. So, yeah, if you want to figure out what's happening with Die and if you should continue to support Die and if Die is going to be a company or whatnot, Dave Youngblood does have a trial here set for September 12th or something like that. So, you know, I feel that, like, I'm not going to super discuss stuff like this, but it's like, I don't know, you know, I feel that, like, anywhere we get kids around or anywhere there's a big group of people, there's always going to be some bad hombres. I don't know. So, yep, that's all I got for that. I don't even know where to even start with that. This is not what this is about. Some brains, would you say, thank you for not talking too much about it? Yeah, I just don't want to. I mean, or bad of me, you know, I think it's not like, you know, we shouldn't not talk about these things. So, I don't know. One thing is I definitely remember, like, thinking back. Anyway, we're not gonna talk about that. That involves, like, people that aren't involved with this. Anyway, let's just go talk about these mask parts from HK. This is much more upbeat. How do you guys like the new, like you can follow me? Well, sort of. At some point, I'll go off the edge of the screen. It's kind of cool. It's actually using all the Apple Vision stuff. But HK Army came out with a bunch of stuff, and I'm an idiot and totally forgot to get pricing on all these things. But these are screws. Let's actually go back to the beginning of this so you can actually see what the hell these things are. These are replacement screws for your ProFlex that are 20 bucks, so it's not bad. All these parts are going to be fairly inexpensive. I think the most expensive piece they have is $40, but we'll get to that too. So these are, yeah, just replacement screw pieces for really any mask you have. I think that they're probably gearing it more toward the JT ProFlex, but essentially you could use it really with whatever you want. I mean, any mask is going to have little screw pieces. I think they show it later on the KLR. They show them installed. There's two different styles. You're going to get that like classic HK one, and they got these like swirly ones. They might be reversible too. You can probably choose whichever side you want, I assume, because that's how they're kind of always like this weird double-sided screw or something like that. Chris, two Chris's, Christopher, I'm sorry, and Chris. We also got Big Daddy in here. Yep, these things. So they got a lot of colors, a whole bunch of colors. But what people are probably like the most, I can like hear this music in the background. Really good through those. But yeah, these, not those. Those are just more of those. This is that $40 thing. They actually have those, which you can screw into like one of the big problems with the things that I don't like, you know, about the ProFlex. I wonder if this is going to show up in here. About the ProFlex is the chin strap is not removable, and there's really no easy way to remove the chin strap. I guess it is removable on the newer ones, but if you've got an old ProFlex, this just makes it really easy to install that chin strap on. You could put that screw really through any of these parts, and it allows that chin strap to kind of come down. That chin strap's magnetic. They really have two different versions. You can buy the magnetic one or the regular clip version, or if you already have a chin strap, you can just buy the little adapter things. They're going to come with new goggle straps, so they've got new goggle straps. Some are kind of cool. I really like these like old school, just, you know, old school HK ones. They've got new ears, two sets of new ears. These are foam ears, so they're kind of reminiscent of the original old school JT foam ears. There's just two different styles of those. And then maybe a little bit of higher quality one that's going to be a little bit more similar to a lot of the other paintball like soft ears. It's going to be really similar to the HK ones that are coming on the SLR. It's like the Dye i5 ears, like the Grill 2.0. They're kind of that same style fabric. So for some of you JT fanatics, you might like this stuff, but also it's also HK branded. And yeah, it might not. What I find kind of funny though is just a few days later, JT released this that said pretty much if you put anything aftermarket on your JT masks, you're going to be voiding the warranty. Which I don't know, you know, it kind of does make sense because this whole piece together, the whole entire mask, you know, it's tested all in one piece. So they're saying if you, you know, put aftermarket ears on that aren't ASTM approved, it's going to void your warranty. But, you know, who the hell's taking, you know, who's using the warranty on this thing anyway? I mean, if you're replacing aftermarket parts, then, you know, you're probably not going to use the warranty anyway. But really, I think that they're trying to say that it's not as safe, which I totally understand. I mean, coming from JT's perspective, they got to look at like product liability. And if someone gets injured wearing their product, but they put an aftermarket product on, it gets a little bit kind of odd. So JT's just trying to probably protect themselves. I assume if like you called up JT and asked them if it was dangerous, they're probably going to say it's not that big a deal. They're just trying to cover their ass a little bit. So there's some new HK Army stuff, which is kind of cool. I like to see anything new. You know, I mean, I feel like we reached this lull in paintball where not a lot of stuff happens. So it's cool at least to see something happening and people just releasing things. It's really hot. I like left today. I wasn't here most of the day and I didn't turn the air on and it was 84 degrees when I got home, like 30 minutes ago. So it's kind of hot. Chris Martin, what are the 3 most breathable masks? Proflex, yep. I would say Proflex, the Carbon, and then... Man, I can just like really hear this music. It's like weirding me out. Proflex, the Carbon mask, and then the E-Flex. I mean, for sure the E-Flex. The Empire E-Flex. What's like the third one, though? Ugh, the weather's been goddamn ridiculous. It's been like over 100 for like a month. I mean, there was like 2 days when it was not 105 outside the last month. The push mask, push mask's not too bad, but I would say the Proflex and the Carbon mask are certainly better than the Push Unite. UVEX, you can just wear no bottom at all. Just wear goggles. You could wear some shop glasses. This is something we talked about last week, very briefly though. I didn't hear about this. Someone else brought this up in the live stream, and I took a screenshot of this. This was actually 5 days ago. So like mid last week, somebody posted this, and they just pointed out that the Geos are having issues with some hoppers, and most notably what I've heard is that it's with the Spire 5 and the Control. It's either the regular Control and the Control 2 apparently are both having problems feeding. And, you know, that's what I hear secondhand. You know, I don't know what these people are actually doing. I've not firsthand seen this problem or experienced this problem. So it's a little hard for me to personally say, but I don't know, is that kind of annoying how I'm like flickering on and off a lot like that? Yep, it's not something that I've really personally seen, so it's kind of difficult, you know. I think that maybe that's a little better. It's not something, yeah, that I've personally seen. So it's a little bit difficult. I don't know what these people's settings are. You know, obviously we can adjust these hopper sensitivity settings, and it's kind of difficult. You know, I don't know if anybody's full on adjusting those sensitivity settings. So I don't know. And we also have to think that the Spire 5 doesn't have Bluetooth anymore. So some people were like syncing up the Bluetooth, and I don't know. It's kind of an odd problem because I don't think the Geo 5, you know, kicks any less or is that dramatically quieter than any other gun out there. So I don't know. But Planet Eclipse, I guess, has reached out and they're trying to figure it out. I don't know if Virtue could come out with like a software update or what the deal is. But I would assume if you're using any other hoppers, like something force-fed, or just a whole different style, like a Halo 2 or something crazy. Maybe you have a Halo 2 or the JT Triad, the R2. I don't think any of those are having problems. It's just been these accelerometer kind of based hoppers like the Control and Spire 5, really. So only the future will tell. I don't know. Has anybody experienced any problems with the Geo 5R? No, R5. Shit. You guys, at some point, I try to like say the full name in live streams. The Command, the CMD from Bunker Kings is number 3. That's also a really good one for sure, been pointed out. Yeah, I like the Command. I wore that for a little bit there. DLX are making air guns now called Scout. Well, Tippmann are also making the Scout Evo. Wow. Huh. Air rifles. Yeah, Tippmann's actually making like real firearms. Aren't Tippmann making like, they have like Tippmann Arms or something like that. So they're making like real guns actually, which is kind of crazy. The Scout? Huh. I mean, it's a good idea. I mean, I don't understand why they don't probably get more into it. It's like they have all this expertise in manufacturing and all this kind of stuff. It would make sense, you know, since they can do it. Huh. You don't know, I really liked the Geo. I like the way it shoots. You know, I still have this one right here. Still got it right there. I don't know, it shoots really well, and I like the way it feels. You know, it's a good gun. I don't know, it's having that weird hopper sensitivity issue. I am so hot. It is so hot. Let me see here. It's a little better. I just repositioned the fan. But look at the big ass pit stains, and I just put this shirt on. Atmosphere says I played with it yesterday. No issues on my end. Yeah, I don't quite understand because there's other people that definitely have the 5R5s and haven't had any problems. So I don't know. Tippmann made a 22 caliber long rifle. I think that's what scaled down version of a Gatling gun. Really? Jesus. Yeah, I think they make like all kinds of. Let's find out. Let's just look at them. Tippmann Arms. Let's just put Tippmann Arms in and see what happens. Yeah, there you go. This is 100% Tippmann. Hold on. We're switching around here. Tippmann. Tippmann Arms. Oh, these whiz. 1974. No. Oh, there you go, right there. Something. I don't know anything about like real guns though, so you know, I'm not your guy. Here's some M422 rifles. Yep. So yeah, they're making like real firearms, which is kind of crazy. And it's just crazy how cheap they really are too, you know? It's like, this thing's $500 and it's like, why can I buy this, but I can't even buy like, you know, I don't know, you know, paintball guns are like 3 times the price of that. It's kind of just crazy that, how inexpensive they are. Are they made here in the US and all that stuff? I assume they're made, you know, right there in Fort Wayne and stuff with all the other paintball products they kind of make here still. Interesting. I want the purple one. The purple one's kind of cool. I think the purple one kind of fits my my whole motif. It's a 22. It's the smallest caliber. Are those 22s as well? I assume so, hence the M422. But I mean, I don't know anything about guns again. I know the M4. Isn't that the M4 like a 316 or something like that? I don't know. Maybe that's like only ARs? I don't know. So it's like a big rifle that shoots 22 caliber, which is probably kind of fun, you know? I mean, shooting 22s and just like plinking around and shooting targets in the wood and stuff is really fun. It's just kind of cool. 22, the smallest caliber. Is 22 the smallest caliber? Isn't it like an 18 or anything cool? Some brains. They're toys. That would kind of make sense. I mean, they're like sort of toys, you know? They're just 22s. They're not made for like, yeah, going to war or anything. Anyway. 5.62. So it's 5.62 millimeters. Dude, by the way, I hate our measuring system. If no one's found that out yet, I goddamn hate our measuring system. Let's talk about this. This past week over on the Play the Game podcast with Marcelo Margot and Ryan. Nope, I'm screwing with stuff. I was like, what if I make like this really big? And I'm like, down here. Yeah, that's interesting, maybe. Okay. Yep, so over on the Play the Game podcast with Marcelo Margot and Tyler Harmon, it is kind of annoying how my hat's like that though, right? Is it a little annoying? Should I take this off? Should I take this filter off? What if we did that? See, that's what it should look like. And then if we just do this again. That's it's probably a little easier to look at. I kind of like how it looks before. It's kind of fun. Anyway, on the PTG podcast with Marcelo Margot, Tyler Harmon, they had guest commissioner, president, vice president, prime minister, dictator, Tom Cole of the NXL. I shouldn't say dictator. That's kind of bad. That makes it seem bad. They had Tom Cole on, and Tom kind of talked about a lot of stuff involving the NXL. I think that maybe the 4 or 5 big takeaways is that the first event of the year next year in 2025 might not be Las Vegas. I know that they've wanted to do that Vegas event for a long time. I don't entirely know why no Las Vegas, or it seems like maybe there won't be Vegas. To me, it seems like that they just might not be able to get that property again, or maybe they're asking too much money again for the property, or maybe something's not working out, so they're looking at alternative locations. And Tom said either Riverside, California, where they've had PSP before, a long time ago, Phoenix, where they had PSP a long time ago, I think like 2012 or something like that, or Las Vegas. We also should note that the event number 2, which is actually not event number 2, it's actually event number 3 or 4. I just made a bit of a typo. It should say event number 4, like that. Event 4 is going to be in Texas, apparently. It's possible that all this could change. You know, we're still like, quite a ways out, like 8-9 months away from the first tournament. So it's very possible that Texas will be the 4th event. And then also something interesting he talked about was this new coverage for, we'll kind of switch back, the new coverage or the new ESPN show that's going to be coming out here from August 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. We haven't still not set a date yet. I think a date should be out for that very soon, dates and times. But everything that Tom said is that it went really well. The show looks really good. Everybody liked it. So it looks like that if this original or this first episode or first version does well, it looks like we may have some more NXL stuff on ESPN. One thing that Tom talked about was possibly going to a new quarter system. So if you think about like right now, it's very possible for these games to go to a 0-0 game. I mean, essentially it could be 0-0, right? You could run out the time in each of those halves. So one thing that going to quarters would do, it wouldn't necessarily increase the amount of playing time, but adding quarters would force there to be at least 4 breakouts. So each quarter would be 5 minutes, and then, at the beginning of the next quarter, you got to have another breakout. And in this current format now, we've really only got 2. So maybe going to that 4-quarter system might increase the amount of points played and stuff like that. I think that that's kind of interesting. One of the things that Marcelo brought up was this whole new point system that he derived. One of the things he just randomly, I feel like, thought about. Actually, you know what we'll do? We're going to listen to him talk about it. And I'd go listen to this whole entire thing, guys. It's really good. Every time that Tom is on these, he tends to always fill us in on a bunch of information that we don't normally have. It's just a bunch of insider stuff. So let's listen to this. Let's listen to Marcelo describe this.
Tom, oh, wow. What if you had a button at the start gate that you could press that signaled, okay, we're going for a 2-pointer, and it meant that you had to score in under 30 seconds. And if you don't, you lose the point. But if you score in under 30 seconds, you get 2. But it's not for the whole game, and maybe you can only do it once or twice.
Interesting. I also thought about saying you do the challenge thing and you play with 4. If you play with 4, you get more points.
Yeah, so they were also talking about doing challenges. Because, I mean, right now in the Pro Division, it's kind of like they definitely do replays, to make sure they get the call right. Like Jason Trojan, the head ref, kind of when anything's going down, he'll go and go in the booth and review the plays to make sure it's all right. But it is kind of just random, there is no system. It's just whenever he feels that, he should review the play. And I think for the most part it works out. Trozen's very like, in the middle. He's not one-sided. He's going to listen to everybody, and I think does a great job. But it still leaves it like up to his interpretation when we should review stuff. So one of the things they also talked about was possibly adding a challenge flag next year. So maybe you get one challenge, and then if you win the challenge, you can keep the challenge and then challenge one more time, but then that's all. Maybe you just get one challenge in general. So I think challenging calls from referees is a really good idea. But this format, I don't know. Let's listen a little bit more.
Points, because I've seen entirely too many points where the 4 wins.
Yeah, it happens.
Which is insane to me, right? But just imagine if that was worth 3, right? Let's just use that as an example, right? So you're down 4-1, and you come out and you say, "Hey, we're going to play with 4."
I just don't think that's as exciting though, because now you're breaking out in 4 bodies. Maybe it's a slow point.
Yeah. So what he's saying here is that like, golly, what he's saying here is that like, instead of going for a 2-point thing, you could. Well, what I should explain here in general. So what's really kind of neat, what he explains here, I'll just paraphrase this whole thing. What Marcelo says here is that like, say that you're down 2 points and there's like 3 minutes left. It'd be really cool and really like a neat part of the game, I think, that would make it more complicated and certainly more dramatic for us watching, would be that, say you're down 2 points, right? And there's a little button beside the start gate. Maybe it's like on the ground behind the start gate, so you can't really, touch it easily. But once you touch that button, it signals to everybody on the field that you're going to go for a 2-point conversion or something like that. You're going to go for a 2-pointer. So if you win this point, you get 2 points. If you lose it, maybe you get negative points, or maybe you can only go for a 2-pointer once a match or something like that. I kind of really like this idea. I think as a spectator and someone watching, it would just make it interesting, right? You'd be constantly wondering, are they going to go for this 2-pointer now? It's like they're down 2 points. There's only a couple minutes left. They've got to go for a 2-pointer. So I think that that could be really interesting. And I think that one thing we're tentative of, as well as a lot of other sports, is just changing history, right? I mean, in paintball, we really don't want to change anything. I think everybody kind of wants it to stay the same and never change. And that's the same for all sports, right? I mean, you look at the NFL, you look at baseball, or, car racing, whatever it is, nobody ever wants anything to change. But I think if we look back over time, not a lot, but many of the things that some of these sports have implemented is with the new rules and additional ways to score, has just made the game more interesting. We look at baseball. Baseball's added the shot clock now, and personally, I wish they'd go to 7 innings. Basketball added the 3-point line and reduced the shot clock to try to speed games up. So I'm all about trying anything we can do to try to make paintball more interesting for us as players. I think that we need to start focusing on what can make it more interesting for us as players and just make it a little more fun to watch. So I think it's cool. I mean, I'm all on board for trying to just mix stuff up and change the feel. So I'm curious. I'm interested in how, Go Sport, or now how this ESPN thing goes. And then hopefully we can, carry it on a little further. I think my one thing with TV, though, and certainly doing these videos, these last few videos, the illegal paintball gun one, where I did a bunch of research on old stuff from back in the day. The Hyperball video recently was just a bunch of research from back in the day. The new video coming out is going to be the fall of the MPPL, or the rise and fall of the MPPL. And doing a bunch of research on the MPPL and all that stuff, I've realized that dude, we've tried to go on TV so many times. I mean, so many times. The original ESPN NXL, the original ESPN NPPL video that was 1994, we did it that time. The MPPL was essentially created just to get on TV. You know, Hyperball was created just to get on TV. The original version of the NXL was created just to get on TV. And we keep chasing this TV thing, and it never works. You know, every time we get like something on TV, it's like, yeah, okay. And it just kind of fizzles out. I think many of those things that were on TV also were, in a way, paid by the industry. You know, we think about that Smart Parts World Championship that happened, I don't know, 15 years ago or whatever, that was a big deal. It was all just paid by Smart Parts. A lot of the stuff that was on TV during that MPPL era was also just paid by Pure Promotions, or was paid for by the NPPL to get on TV. So it's been a long time since we've had, I think, anything truly organic on TV, like hopefully this NXL ESPN thing is. But we also just continually try to get on TV, and it continually doesn't work. So I don't know. What are people's thoughts? I don't know. Should we be pushing for TV even? Like, does it matter? You know, I think that more people are not interested in tournament paintball. More people are just interested in having fun, I think, and playing rec ball and just having a fun time. And I don't know. I truly don't know. Boomer T Z Brad didn't want to discuss it and didn't blame him. Not a lot was said. We're talking about Dave? Yeah, I don't know about that. Or the Geo, I don't know. Is the Geo R5 is a joke? I don't know. Like the naming convention, maybe? And you know what? Everybody give the live stream a like. If you're in here and you're hanging out and you're like, this guy can just ramble to himself forever, give the live stream a like. Make sure to like the live stream. It certainly helps out the videos. And if you're watching another video, you know, like the video that just came out that I'm blanking on the name of, go watch that and give that a like too. It really does help. I got to remind people. Cole, what'd you miss? Well, quite a bit of stuff. Not really that much though. So I don't know. TV, no TV. Tournament paintball, 12.5 is a joke. I don't know what that means either. A nerd in New York City. To me, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I was thinking about it too, and I was like, I don't really like, I don't know. I was like, I could totally miss this ESPN thing and not even really realize it. But if it helps expose more people to paintball, that would be great. It certainly will. There's no question, like, more people will see it. Bobby, I like 1 ball per bunker. I like per bunker. So if there's like 40 bunkers, you get 40 paintballs. I'd be okay with that too. I'd be okay with 40 paintballs at 30-second time limits. That's what I'd like. Nick! With that freaking super chat, dude. We'll hit the little smoker for you. Taser Ball. Taser Ball was funny. I remember when Taser Ball was a thing. Tyler Young, black light paintball looks so fun for sure. It definitely does. When they, I don't know, Paintball Fit has it. Somewhere in, I think, Arizona recently got it. I don't know. Chris Martin, I tried to show tournament play to my wife. It's hard for a non-paintball person to understand scoring, etc. It's not too hard, though. It's only, you score 1 point. For sure. She's also thought the bunkers looked goofy. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think paintball looks cool. I think that it doesn't look cool. I think that we have a lot of problems, for sure. And it's just hard to look at, I don't know. Taser Ball. All right, let's look for Taser Ball. Let's see if we can find any, we'll find a Taser Ball video online. Taser Ball. Let's try to find, a longer video of it. They're all, 1.5 minutes long. Let's look at this one. Okay, so Taser Ball, I don't know who started Taser Ball. I think that it was something that was started by like someone from Dirter, maybe Rob from Dirter or somebody. I'm not entirely sure. I think that they played like a handful of games, and it was all paintball people. It was never like, you know, a real thing. You're gonna notice a lot of paintball people in here. I'll even like point out the paintball people. And this took place, this right here is in Asia. This is somewhere in Malaysia. For sure this is. Okay, we're fixing some audio real fast. I'm gonna have to turn that, we're gonna have to turn that music down. I don't know what's gonna happen. So we can definitely notice some people. I'll tell you who people are. Can't tell real fast. Okay, Thomas Taylor. I'm not 100% sure who the guy in yellow is. It's definitely Thomas. It's all paintball people. Thomas Riley Sullivan's in there. So essentially what it is friggin', you know, it's soccer, but obviously the ball is huge and you get to carry, you know, you got a taser. I think that's Damian Ryan in the yellow, for sure. 4-on-4. I think Corey Field, no, not Corey Field. I think that, man, I don't know. Blanking on people. There's Thomas. One ball. Maybe they played like multiple matches and stuff. Maybe this isn't in Asia. I was pretty sure this was in Asia. Jerry's the man. Woo! It's just kind of funny. Yep, I don't know. This was so long ago, guys. This was like 2007 or like 6. I don't know. You know, it was a while ago. Jason Borenstein. That's the word that's the pro I was looking for. Jason and Corey Borenstein. I don't know if they're both there. So that's Taser Ball, guys. That's Taser Ball. If anyone's ever been hit by a taser, you know, one of those tasers, it's not like, you know, it doesn't really like hurt, but it certainly, you know, it makes all your muscles like seize up wherever you're getting shot. So if you like hit someone on the leg, your leg could probably kind of stop working and it might not work so well. That's Taser Ball. Pepper Ball would be epic. I don't know. No thanks. We could bring Taser Ball back. Tyler, I can understand why it never took off. Yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid. Kind of like paintball, though. You know, I mean, people look at paintball and they're like, I understand why it never took off. So, you know, there's that. Man, I just like... There's just so much audio coming out of this freaking headphones here. There we go. We have some nice, chill, relaxing sounds. What year? Yeah, I think it was like 2006 or something like that. Taser Ball. What else we got? This is coming up for all of you Paintball Ruined My Life channel members. We're going to be doing this. That's not that. we're gonna be doing this. The Serial Killers live stream watch party. So last time, the last watch party we did about a month ago, we watched Push together. It was actually kind of fun. I actually really liked it. I wasn't really sure how it was going to pan out, but it was kind of fun. So if you want to, become a channel member and help support this channel, and then come hang out with us for this members-only watch party of serial killers, do become a channel member. I see some of you here, some of you people that I know in real life, like Jake and Chris. What the hell am I doing? That is what I meant to do. You can become a channel member. You just got to follow that link right there. Or there's a link in the description. It'll take you over there. You can be a supporting member. You can be a pro member. These channel memberships, guys, making this paintball stuff is not the most lucrative, if you haven't noticed. So any support you guys can give through memberships or super chats or, liking stuff, whatever it is, it's greatly appreciated. Because we're trying to keep this thing going. And, yep, that's about all. So, channel members, so sign up for a membership and come watch Serial Killers with us. We're going to keep doing these. I kind of like it. It's a good little perk I can do for members. And it's kind of fun. So we can kind of reminisce. The last one I put a bunch of little pop-ups and stuff and put information in there about who people were and stuff like that. So sign up for a membership. And next week, I just remembered this too. I totally forgot. Hold on. Okay, I don't know, never mind. I don't know where, I have a big box of random stuff. I don't know where... Hold on. Yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about that later, I guess. Yeah. Hold on, I swear to God. Yeah, alright, I don't know. I was gonna say, and I was gonna show you guys, next weekend I'll give away, or next live stream I'll give away a Karl Markowski H2K tank tool. But I don't know where the hell... they went. I don't know. They're around here somewhere. Corey, anyone who got suggestions on Paris? No pants. Damn. They were gonna go to Paris. Mine keep ripping at the knees. Man, I haven't ripped a pair of pants in so long that I couldn't even tell you. Pants are so difficult too because there's so many of these pants that I've never touched in my life nowadays, Whereas, 10 years ago, I could have told you every single pair of pants, but now there's so many of these pants that I just don't see, there's so many of these random pant companies that, I don't know. So I couldn't even tell you. I know myself, I've been wearing the Kinetic KP pants, and I really like the Kinetic pants. The Kinetic pants are perfect for me. They're really long, so they fit my weird shaped body. Oh. Did you ever try the SAS barrel kit out? Not really. I mean, I tried multiple times, but I just don't have paint that will fit. It's that right there. I got it still. But I just don't have paint that fits the thing. You know, I've tried to like do like a comparison between those adrenaline inserts and regular ones, but I just can't get paint to fit in there. So yeah. Sharp Trout, kinetic pants for the win. I think if you use your, it might just be for the pack, so never mind. Yeah, I still have not been able to try the SAS barrels out, so I don't know what the deal is. We'll get there at some point. Super sassy. Oh, you know what I found the other day? Look what I found the other day. I found this yesterday, 2 days ago. No, what the hell is today? I found this on Saturday. That is an Apple Watch Ultra LTE, like it's $800 Apple Watch I found on the ground. But it's totally pointless. It won't turn on or charge or anything, so I don't know what the hell to do with it. I don't like them anyway. I prefer my Garmin watch. Would a rifled barrel work better with rubber paintballs? You know, I don't know the answer to that. I think that... So what do rifled barrels do in the first place? You know, what's the point of a rifled barrel? The point of the rifled barrel is for the bullet or paintball should be squeezing down the barrel, right? And then what happens is it catches the rifling and it will start to rotate the bullet or paintball, ideally, yeah, it'll start to rotate the paintball or bullet in the barrel. The problem with paintballs, though, is that we're not, you know, you can't squeeze a paintball through the barrel or it's going to blow up. So you can't really do it with regular paintballs. You probably could get those, like, say, reusable paintballs, like Reball or something. You could probably, if you get a really small barrel, you're going to have to get a really small diameter barrel because it's going to have to squeeze through the barrel to be able to grab the rifling to get it to spin. But one of the things that I don't know is that if you put spin on something that's shaped crazy. So if you put let's use this tank as an example. So if we put spin on this, hear me out. I don't know if this is all 100% true. I'm not like a physicist. If we put spin on this, it actually like I don't know how to use the right word. I don't know if I'm using the right words for this. It will actually like stabilize it, and it'll like gyroscopically stabilize the bullet in the air. Or football does the same thing, you know, when you throw a spiral. So when it's stable in the air, it makes it harder for it to like wobble and get all weird. That's why a spiral is like, it's like a perfect throw, right? When you're throwing that football, it's not like blah, it's not all over the place because it's not accurate that way. So we want it to be super stable. That's what, you know, that's why bullets are long and they're like long and skinny. But if we put a spiral on this thing, it's still like, it's because it's a sphere, it's like not as stable because it's all in the center. It actually moves, I think, the focus to the center. So it doesn't really do anything. Ultimately, I think what we want with a regular paintball is it to just fly through the air without having any spin. Yep. That's redneck physics. But, you know, I don't know. I've heard, I'm not a physicist, right? So I couldn't tell you, but I've heard multiple, like, people say different things for it, right? Like, I've heard people say that forcing spin onto a sphere like this will make it more accurate. But then I've heard people say that it won't make it more accurate. But this is paintball, so we can't really do it anyway, so it's kind of pointless. But you asked about reusable ball, and I don't know. Yep. Like a knuckleball, you gotta like... This is hard to throw. A knuckleball. Yep. Maybe Chris Raymond. I like my Zero over my Flex. Smaller profile, easier to take apart and clean, plus a magnetic chin strap. And Chris, I think you have a clear one, which looks really cool too. I do like my Carbon Zero. You know, I've been wearing, yeah, somewhere around here. I've been wearing it since they came out pretty much, and I really like mine. I don't know what to do with this. Anyone want to buy this? I should sell it on eBay. What else can we talk about? There's some Team USA stuff, although I like forgot about this, and I like saw this earlier. There's some Team USA announcements. So we have Team USA. So all these USA tournaments are going to take place in France. I think in September, maybe in September or something like that. Here are all your, oh, nope, I was going to say WNXL players. Colton Dahl. Colton's that guy who took a faceplant. If anyone remembers the New York Wrecking Crew, like faceplant video, the guy who did like a flip over the start gate in Atlantic City, that's that guy. Yeah, I don't know who these are, like just some rando people. Is this all the U19 guys? Looks like it. Colton, Evan, nope. It's maybe because I'm doing it wrong, huh? So this is the U19 team. I don't know any of these guys. Luke Staley, here's your veterans. I think this is going to be the whole veteran squad. Yep. We got old guy, an old guy. Is this 45? No, it's 40 and older. It's funny how these are all current pros, though. Current professional, current professional, current professional, current professional, not current professional, Frank Connell. Current professional, definitely not current professional. Although is Todd playing? He could play. He could for sure play. Players. So it says coaches maybe down here. So Frank Connell is playing. It does not say if Todd Adamson's name's not on there. And Ryan Podesta. I don't know. Ryan's playing for Supreme. I don't know. I know all the Supreme guys. I used to play with on a team with all the Supreme. We have multiple teams. Cool. There's your veterans squad. Here's your WNXL squad. I don't know any of these ladies either. Jen Folk, Alicia. You have Kate. Gurkar. Gurkari. Sorry. And I don't know how to read. People with crazy names now. Richard? I know how to say Richard. Yeah, WNXL. Maybe not WNXL. I should say that's your women's, USA women's team, not the WNXL team. I'm sorry. That's just crazy. It's just crazy to me that women are playing paintball. I was talking about that with someone earlier, and it's just wild, you know? It's crazy that, like, I don't know, you know, when I started playing paintball, there was like one girl or one lady for like every 5,000 dudes. So it's crazy that like, it's just crazy that there's like actual whole teams with women now, huh? It's crazy. Is Colt really older than 40? Yeah, I think Colt's like 43 or something like that. I could play Masters. Maybe I should try to play for the Masters team. Although, unfortunately, you have to, like, pay your own way, and I can't do that. I'm poor. So, like, legitimately poor. Ben, you heard it here first from Brad. Stay in the kitchen, Johnson. What does that mean? I don't know. What's that reference to? It's weird that, like, 40... Like... is 40 and everybody's still pro. It's like, I think they should move it to 45 or like 50 or something like that. But, you know, 40 is like most of the Masters things. You look at like, you know, Masters water polo. Well, that's just over 18, which is weird. But, you know, a lot of the Masters divisions for like recreational sports and stuff, they're all in like that 70 area. Kamala plays paintball. Oh, God. What is happening in America? Oh, stay in the kitchen. Definitely not. I hate the kitchen. The kitchen's the goddamn worst place ever. Remember the... Oh, that's right. Remember, didn't that... Wasn't it... What happened to that one girl that said, like, something crazy about, like... I can't remember what she said, and it got like onto national TV. It was on like CNN or some shit. They were like, U.S. Olympic paintball player or something. Was it COVID and like some nonsense about COVID because people are insane? You know, I'll never pretend to be an expert. That's for damn sure. So... people that like tell you they know the answers are all wrong, if you haven't noticed. Cars toast. How about car toast? Car toast? Ever thought about getting out of California? And if you would, where? And if you were, would you go if you were leaving for paintball? Wait, what? Ever thought of getting out of California? For sure. And if so, where would you go if you were leaving for paintball? What do you mean? Well, I'm never going to leave California for paintball, you know, because, I mean, maybe Texas is good for paintball? Matt, there you go. Matt says, Jess, there we go. Jess called the kid fat and blamed the parents on why he was in the hospital with COVID, which is, you know, that's kind of... it's a little poor taste. I don't know. Have I thought about leaving California? For sure, but mainly not really. I mean, I don't know where I'd go, so... where the hell are you gonna move? You know, I'd move to, like, Spain. We talked about that a while ago. I'd move to Spain. I'd probably move to Portugal. I'd probably move to Paris. That's about all. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. You know, everywhere I always look at moving, it's always, I always look at paintball and see if, like, there's paintball around. I'm never moving, though. This place is so expensive, though. I mean, it's getting out of control. I don't know if it's just America. It's America's getting expensive. But also California has always been expensive. So, yeah. Can I afford any of those places? Nope. Well, I could live in Spain. Spain's not very expensive. Spain's actually relatively inexpensive. I definitely couldn't live in Paris. I mean, I could really. You guys have to think that in California, like... do we have to pay for so much bullshit that, like, I don't have to pay for there? Like, if you lived in Barcelona or if you lived in Paris, you can just literally cut out all your car expenses. You know, I don't pay for car insurance. I don't have a car payment anymore. I'm going to pay for gas. There's no more maintenance. You know, like, it's a big portion of all the money that we spend. I mean, you spend hundreds of dollars every month on just just to own the car, just for the possibility of owning it. So, I mean, just that's going to help, you know? Yeah, it's kind of hard to just walking in the United States. JP. I rode my bike. I still ride my bike. I rode my bike today. But I haven't, I don't have to commute anywhere. I work at home, so I don't really ride my bike. I used to ride my bike to work every day, yeah. I've never ridden my bike with paintball gear. That's for sure. Yeah, our cities are just designed so terribly. I can't stand them, so... Japan is trying to increase immigration because of their declining population. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, that's the one thing that we're pretty good at in the United States is our population. We, people hate immigration and hate on all the people that, try to immigrate here. But, one of the reasons that we have all the things we have is because of immigration and our increasing population. If you look around the globe, like Japan, their population's decreasing. And here in America, we just keep getting them all. Everyone just keeps coming. Anyway. Why don't they make a hop-up for paintballs? Are they too soft? Kinda. It's maybe they're too fragile, right? I don't want to say they're soft, because this is, you could be like, this thing's soft. It's all squishy. And, this isn't going to break really easy. But the paintballs, they're like glass, so you can't really do it. You got to think that what the hop-up's doing essentially is you got your barrel, and then you got the hop-up at the end, which puts backspin on it. So it's essentially hitting a wall and kind of ramping up. So paintballs are just too fragile for it to do that. Where are the Paganis made? Paganis? The car company Pagani? Where are the Paganis made? Are Paganis Italian? America is freaking huge. It really is. I mean, a lot of our land's kind of I bet half of it's kind of not so desirable, though. Pagani. I wanted a Pagani. Jake. Italian. It sounds Italian, is it? For some reason, I think it's not. No, it is. It for sure is, yeah. Good call, Jake. I don't know why. I really wanted a Pagani when I was, younger. I can't, though. They're, real expensive. Brad, how would you choose between the CS3 and Geo 5? A field piece, they kind of do make hop up, sure. With it, you can get a flat line. You could also get the Apex barrels. The Apex barrel did it too. There's also a couple other options, but they kind of suck and they don't work. Oh, the Zonda. The Zonda F. That's funny. It reminds me of playing. What the hell is that racing game? Gran Turismo. That's so funny. The Pagani Huayra. The Huayra is their cool new one, I think. Anyway, how would I choose? Jake wants a Koenigsegg CCX. Jake, if we got 40 people together, we could pool all our money together. My friend Kyle and I talked about that. I was like, we could buy a Ferrari and just split. We could buy a 458 and just split it in half, and you could have it for 2 weeks, and then I could have it for 2 weeks. It was $500 a month. I was like, that's not actually that crazy. I was like, that'd be crazy if a Ferrari. Anyway, it's stupid. How would I choose between the CS3 and the R5? 5R, the R5. Well, I think right away they feel different, right? I mean, the CS3 and the R5 are definitely longer. Let's see if I have my stuff here still. I might not. There we go. You can see it right here, so you can see the difference right there. So see how both of those are overlapped there? That longer version right there is going to be the Geo R5 and then the CS3. So I think that right away the biggest difference between these guns for most people is just going to be how they feel in your hands. Like Jake and Christopher Raymond, sorry. Jake, Chris, and I have a friend, Angelo, almost forgot his name. Everyone calls him Ab, or Abe, or AB. He just bought a CS3 because he didn't like how big the Geo 5 was. So it really just kind of, I think for most people, it's just going to come down to how it feels in your hands, because there's really not that big a difference between the guns. You know, I mean, all of the features are generally going to be the same. I think the only major difference is going to be that the CS3 is going to be taking the mechanical frame, whereas the Geos are not. There's never been a Geo with a mechanical frame. It's just kind of how the gun works. It's just not really feasible for them. So I think that those are probably your big differences, whether it feels different, how it feels, and whether you want a mechanical frame. JP, is it really that big of a difference in ergos? Nah, I don't think so. I mean, personally, I don't think it's that big a difference. But I mean, you can literally see it right here. That's the best, probably, you know, representation. I mean, you can see how it, you know, gets longer. You can feel it for sure, but it's not like, you know, crazy. But it's a good, you know, 1/4 inch, 3/4 of an inch longer or something like that. Not 1/4 inch, about a 1/2 an inch, maybe 5/8. I don't know. 12 millimeters. I don't know. 1/2 an inch. Yeah, it's about 1/2 an inch. Geo 5 has a blowback issue in the feed stack. 2 people on our team brought them and have issues with air going up the feed neck when it cycles. Should we shoot it and find out? Let's put air on it. You know, I don't know how I'm going to be able to tell that, though, unfortunately. I mean, all these guns have blowback. There's really no way to prevent blowback. It's just how they work, you know? I mean, they're an open bolt gun. So, no matter what happens, you're going to encounter blowback. So when he says blowback, what he's meaning is that, you know, the gun shoots and a ton of air comes through the feed neck rather than going down the barrel. And yeah, that's not good. I mean, that was a problem that we had. I'm going to get my muffler kit, wherever it's at, somewhere. Yeah, it was a problem that we, you know, had back in the day. I wouldn't say it's an issue really now with the more modern guns, but let's, I don't know. It's obviously going to be hard because no matter what we do, air's gonna go up here. And we put this muffler on, and you'd say to yourself that maybe you shouldn't do that because then that's gonna like obviously make the air go back up. But you know, you think when you have a paintball in there too, it's also pushing back and then forcing more air up as well. So let's see if it's any like thing crazy that I noticed at least. But yeah, we were talking earlier about how yeah, definitely not. I mean, a little maybe. One of the ways you can do this is like, if you get a piece of paper, you can do like, see, look at the paper don't move at all. A little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I would say, like this gun, yeah, it's barely even noticeable. I don't know. We definitely like, you know, they definitely were having problems feeding though. So maybe a combination of like those hoppers not working that well and maybe like a little blowback up through the feed neck is causing problems with them being weird. Do I have any other guns in here? I'm like wondering if I have any other guns we can shoot and hear them. I don't think anything works. I have my EMAC. We can do that. I'm just curious. I haven't done that and like checked for blowback on a gun in like a decade. Because when we used to like, you know, time cockers and fix auto cockers and stuff, that's one of the advantages of the blowback or the closed bolt valves with closed bolt guns is that they kind of suck the ball through. Moderator. You know what? Let's make Jake a mod. Jake, do you want to be a mod? Jake, you're a mod. Chris? You're a mod too now. Woo! You don't gotta do anything. I mean, nothing ever happens in here. But you can if you want to kick people out. Someone just said moderator. So I was like, alright, well, there you go. There's 2 moderators. All the moderators on this channel I know in real life too, so let's say that. None of these people, none of the mods are totally randos. Actually, some of you are randos, but I kind of know. Yeah, there's a little bit more on that. You can see that. Little bit. This gun sounds weird. I wonder if it could be added to the Gamma Core or IV Core with any real effect. I don't know what we're talking about. I want to walk right now. Damn. He was saying it was a moderator, not a silencer. That's what this was? I call it a muffler. That's what we always call it. That's what we've always called it. They call it the... I don't know, maybe they don't have names on it. Maybe this doesn't have a name. I don't know. Look at all the backs I've got, though. So we can have... We've got a spider back. We've got an impulse back. We got an A5 back. We got an angel back, we have an impulse back, we got another angel back for some reason, and then an auto mag back. For your auto mag aficionados. Oh, moderator is another name for muffler or silencer. We're learning new stuff today. Bam. Yep. You know, we watched a video last week that was not... Actually, I don't know if that was last week. Was it? That wasn't last week. Chris, just use a force-fed hopper like a halo to account for the blowback. I don't even think there's enough blowback to affect it. I don't know. You know, anytime these new guns come out, it always looks, not it always looks, we always like something other weird is always happening, so there's always like some sort of freaking new thing. Ben! Brad's, I don't know why I said Brad's. Brad, besides ARC, what's ARC? I think of ARC, American River College. Any recommendations for companies that do ano? Oh, okay, ARC anodizing. I don't know, you know, honestly, Blizzard, there are a lot of good companies. I don't know. I think that ARC is the person that I've sent the stuff. I've personally used ARC anodizing only. You know, I've not had any personal guns done from them. But definitely we had customers that we would send guns away and then get them back and, you know, assemble. I truly don't know. I know that, and I just can't think of them off the top of my head either, because I don't really think about anodizing ever. Arc, Blizzard. But I don't know. I wish I had a good answer for you. RB says, Arc has done a lot of my cockers. Ryan Hall does a great job. Sal! Archie's company does a solid job. Who's Archie? What's Archie's company? Think of Archie Barnes? I was talking about Archie Monomer with someone the other day, and we were actually talking about Archie Barnes for like 5 minutes. Then I was like, wait a minute, who are we talking about? Man, anodizing, I truly don't know. I don't have a good answer for you, unfortunately. I think there's a lot of good companies. You know, at one point in time, it was kind of like weird in who to go to, but I feel like there's a lot of good companies doing ano. Archie Montemayor. He has an anodizing company? Really? Don't use aesthetic in Canada. Why? Has aesthetic done something wrong? What aesthetic do, or why not? I probably wouldn't ship my gun to Canada anyway. Nate! Sir! Howdy. Good evening. Ruckus. I've not heard of Ruckus. Ruckus. I'm thinking of Rufus Dog. What's a Rufus Dog? Rufus Dog used to be like a paintball company or something weird, right? Looking at if I have anything else we can talk about, but I'm all out of topics. Yeah, Alan says, Arc did my DC2, and it was great. The waiting line forever, though. Yeah, that's the problem. That some of these people can wait a long time. Wow, yeah, 2 years at Aesthetic? That's too long, dude. Like, that's way too long. I mean, I wouldn't even send my gun to, like, anybody for that long, you know? Huh, Archie did the Force, he did Marcello's Force? Oh, really? I didn't know that. Huh. Technique is Archie's company. Tekniq. I had no idea. There's Caustic Customs is also really good. There's like a handful of people. Caustic. I think Caustic is doing the adrenaline guns, right? I think Caustic is. There really are quite a few people. A few of these companies. Will my CO2 tank burst in 120 degree temperatures? I live in the desert. I mean, technically no. I mean, if your tank is 120 degrees, it probably will not rupture the burst disc. But if it's left in the sunlight and it's 120 degrees, probably yes. I mean, I would think that, I don't really know the answer to this, but I think that the CO2 tanks would probably, burst disc would probably rupture once that CO2's like 130 degrees or something crazy like that. It takes quite a bit. It's not like, you know, 120 in the shade and it'll burst. But I think that you're getting to the point where it's starting to get close. That's for sure. Just don't leave that bad boy in the sun. That's the big thing that's going to make them blow, is the sun. Sometimes people leave them in cars and they blow up, but the cars are getting like super hot sometimes, so. News! Spire 5 has an upgrade for free. Contact Virtue for new eye covers. Was it the Spire 5 or did they make an upgrade for the 4? Either way, I mean, if you got a Spire, they're sending you free parts maybe. Dive for Democracy. What is this all about? Let's talk about Starship Troopers. Why? Why? I haven't seen Starship Troopers like since it came out, so I'm probably not very good to talk about that. Jake, what'd you say? Really only difference between the IV core and the Gamma core is shot preference. IV core is softer on paint and uses more air, and the Gamma is harder and less air utilized. Yep, that's probably right. I don't know. It definitely feels softer, for sure. I don't know if it's more air efficient, though. I'm not really sure. It's probably close. I mean, I would bet that the Gamma core is probably a little bit more air efficient, though. That's my guess. You know what I think is weird is Dye. You know, for you guys that know about the Dye lawsuit, is Dye, it's so weird how Dye is being sued, right? Isn't it odd how Dye is being sued and not like Dave Youngblood directly? Does anyone else think that that's weird? I don't quite understand how that works. It just seems very odd to me how the company Dye is talked about in those lawsuits. If you want to know more about those lawsuits, go over to Reddit and look or something. Yeah, I know. Was it an employee? But it was like his stepson too. It's very weird. The things that he's suing for, you wouldn't really sue a company for. You know, I don't know. So I don't know. It's very weird. I just didn't quite understand. It's not like I read the whole, like, you know, friggin' 60-page document. Here, we'll do this. Yeah, I don't know. I'd go to Reddit. Go look on the Reddit Paintball subreddit. They're talking about it over there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not sure. I mean, it's obviously just fucking pathetic and terrible. So, I don't know. Pooty. Does Pooty still anodize stuff? I mean, I remember his, like, old crazy, like, Picasso splash or whatever he called that. I really liked those. Those were really cool. Saul, is there's supposed to be a new dye gun. I mean, we know that, I mean, we don't know, but from what I've deferred, and from what Chris, the dye violator. That's good. There's a fart for you guys. I think the milk gives me farts, by the way. What the hell are we talking about? The new dye gun. Yeah, I'm like 90% sure that it will be, if it happens, it will be, maybe Dye's gonna have a new owner and we can be like full behind Dye and we're like, yeah, Dye's so cool. I don't know. Hopefully. Yeah, I would think it was supposed to be the like a DSR Pro or DSR Plus Pro or something like that. I don't think it will be called the M4, so I think that they probably won't make a new Matrix. It'll be like the, you know, DSR Pro or whatever the hell they call it. It'll be $1,500 to $1,600, just like everything else. Maybe they'll incorporate the OLED screen from the like M3s and stuff. That's what I think. I think Chris is spot on with the name, the Violator. I really love alliteration, though. So what's a good word? What's a D word that means violator? Randy! We can bring milk to the next Street Fighter's barbecue for you. I think I need more protein, so I started to drink milk. That's funny. The Die Diddy? I thought Die Diddler. Matt... The Diddler, the Die Diddler. There we go. Pretty good. There we go. the diddy, the diddler, the dilator. That one's really bad. All right, I feel bad. I don't know why. I feel bad because there's like people involved, so it's hard for me to like be like fuck them. It's hard for me to, you know. That's good. The diddler's probably the best. What's another one? This is what ChatGPT's so good about. You can go to ChatGPT and go, what is a word that means violator that starts with a D? I gotta inspect my cracking. Okay, we have dystopia, dictatorship. No, those are pretty bad. That mean, what are, say, give me 10 words that mean violator. It starts with the letter. Did I just lose a light? No. Defiler? Ooh, Defiler's a good one. Defiler's a really good one. Defiler's a good one. I like Defiler. Defiler's really good. Delinquent, deviant, defiler, despoiler, defaulter, disruptor, discatter, discanter, dissenter, deserter, disobeyer. There's so many words. Defiler is pretty good. Defiler, detractor. Defiler and diddler are the best. Diddler's like too specific though. Like, you couldn't name it that. They could name it the Defiler. Oh. We need to root these fucking people out. You know what's really good is that like these modern times that a lot of these fucking piece of shit people, they're really getting like rooted out. And I feel like some of this all came back to me, right? Like I almost talked about this, but I seem to remember somewhere in my brain, I mean, there's stories about like, I guess they're saying something about like Dave going to like, you know, Asia and doing stuff, and like that really kind of comes back to me. Like I really like feel like I remember. I feel that like I remember hearing stuff about like weird stuff about like him and certain players on Dynasty, and like not that they did anything, that he was like hitting on them or like flirting with them or doing like weird, like acting inappropriate, we'll say, for their relationship. I don't know. But I really don't remember. Like, I thought that it was crazy when I saw it, and then I was like, wait a minute. I started reading other things, and I was like, But I wasn't around any of those guys. You know, I don't live anywhere near them, and I don't know any of those people, so it was maybe just like hearsay. Some brain says, Brad, Neil Eberly had a really big mouth and was talking about this at his field before he went to Excessive. Really, that was so long ago, too. I don't really remember. You know, my memory's so bad in general that I'm not going to be able to remember something I wasn't a part of that happened 20 years ago. That I'm trying to remember. Maybe like 15 years ago. I don't know. Ben, all I can think of is Dave Y going into Dye Labs. We're going to release a marker saying we didn't. Wait. Always Sunny. I vaguely remember that from Always Sunny, though, too. I can't remember. Yeah, tons of weird stuff. I mean, I also, I also had a dye sales rep that will remain nameless, but I had a dye sales rep that was, I don't know, very not like me. I feel that, like, he was very, like, just kind of, like, weirdly inappropriate sometimes. Like, saying stuff that I'm like, dog, what fuck? You're talking like a dude would talk to, like, someone he knew back in the 30s, like super weird, inappropriate things. That's not funny to me. Like, I don't know. I don't think that has anything to do with it, though. Those are two separate situations. Anyway, this is not my expertise we're here in right now. I think I might go get a beer later. What kind of beer should I have later? I think I just want to buy, like, I don't know, nothing crazy. It's like a 40-pack of something. Was his name Derek? Nope. Oh, the cuties episode. Okay. I also was like little cuties, and I thought of like little oranges. I'm like, cuties? That's funny. Dude, that show is so good. Like, not Parks and Rec. Always Sunny is so good, dude. At some point in a video, I want to like reenact the Charlie scene where he's like putting strings everywhere. I want to like come to like a like a conspiracy thing in a video and like I don't know. Jake, IPAs. I like IPAs, but I don't want to like. I just want like a light beer though. I don't want to like really have any alcohol. Because then I gotta like deal with tomorrow, and so I kind of just maybe just go buy a Modelo or something, and just whatever, have just like a tall can or something. I just thought of that earlier. I was like, that sounds nice. It's nice and cold, and sit down and watch TV for a little bit. Brad, what's your top all-time comedy shows? Well, Seinfeld for sure. Seinfeld's probably number one, but I don't know. Other than that, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I'd have to like, I don't know. I'd have to like get a list of them all and like rank them in order or something. I don't know. But certainly Seinfeld. Other than that, I don't know. I try to think of the shows that I could watch like over and over and over and over. I can watch an episode 10 times. I don't know. I don't know. Seinfeld, Always Sunny, Workaholics. I started watching Workaholics again. I think I watched the first 2 episodes in the last like week. It's kind of nice to just sit down and I'll take a break and watch Workaholics. The Office is also very good. I mean, The Office is just like a good TV show and as well. It's not always funny. And Frasier, I didn't get into Frasier, but I recently saw something. I never really watched Frasier, and I probably should. So, I probably should. Yeah. There's just too many shows to say they're good. Like Eastbound. Eastbound's like, I mean, one of the best TV shows ever. I don't know. There's just too many. MASH. MASH is also something I'd never watched. When I was a kid and MASH would come on, it would be like, and it seemed all sad. So I never got into it. It always seemed like some dramatic, like crazy TV show. So it was always like, I don't know. LV2, R5, CS3. Which one are you picking? I'm probably going the R5 because I really like the size of it. Eastbound. There's also, I mean, there's all the other like TV shows that, what's his name? No, I did not watch Foot Fist Way, but I did get it. I am in possession of it. I have not watched it. I tried to watch Beverly Hills Cop, the new Beverly Hills Cop, and which, you know, Beverly Hills Cop is one of my favorite movies. The original 1 and 2 were just like amazing. Righteous Gemstones, see? Also wonderful show. But that's difficult to watch back to back. You know, I like, not back to back, but it's difficult to watch over and over. Yeah, I tried to watch a new Beverly Hills Cop and I made it like, man, I don't know, like 10 minutes in, and I was like, at least they're trying to make it like an 80s action movie. That's good. Foot Fist Way, I will watch it. I did get it. I literally, it's on a hard drive out there. I definitely got it, so I will watch it at some point here. For sure. Wayne's World 3. I was like, did they make Wayne's World 3? I was thinking, I didn't watch the Dumb and Dumber or any of those, so I don't know. I didn't see any of those. I love Wayne's World though, Wayne's World 1 and 2. Yeah. For sure those are good, dude. Everything about Wayne's World is awesome. It's just 90s stuff, you know, there's not as many funny, definitely not as many funny movies. There's also not as many funny TV shows, but there still are funny TV shows. I mean, like Righteous Gemstones and whatever. What else is really good? There's the What We Do in the Shadows is also really good. No, I'd never seen Dumb and Dumber or whatever the hell they call that. Dumb and Dumber is like, you know, obviously. I mean, come on. Come on. What are we doing here? I mean, I don't know. What quote should we say? You know, I really like Harlan Williams when Harlan's, they're pulling him over and he takes a swig of that piss. He's like, New York style. Yeah, what's his name? He says, not Laszlo. Laszlo. Can I do Nando? Nando the Relentless? I could probably do Nandor if I tried hard, if I thought about it. It is funny how he says New York City, or he says camera whenever he says camera. He says like old British ways of pronouncing stuff. Camera. Yeah. What's funny is on I just remember that for like on, I can't remember which dating app it was, but I actually had in the title, in the description of, or like my like bio or whatever, because I, you know, sometimes I go on there and I just like look at people. I don't actually like anyone or talk, but inside on like it says no thanks, it's a Carnigan. And then also I also put there, if I'm only looking for Mary Ferguson. So it was like, Mary Ferguson, is that you? I think I put that. Mary Ferguson, is that you? If anyone knows Mary Ferguson. Mary Ferguson. I'm only interested in dating women named Mary Ferguson. Oh, thanks to Carnigan. Yeah, I think everybody at one point in time has like wanted to dress up like Harry and Lloyd. In like a pink and blue tuxedo, I guess we're gonna call them. Anyway, what the hell are we doing here? We're just riffing, talking about movies. Yeah, my memory's so bad, it's really hard for me to like just remember a lot of shit. Oh, I guess, yeah, it was orange. It definitely was orange, not pink. That's right. It was definitely orange. It was kind of this color. It was like maybe a little bit more orangey than that. It was for sure orange. I don't have a missing tooth. The best part in that movie is when they give Petey to the blind kid. He's like, did you sell our bird to a blind kid? The kid's like, pretty bird. I've seen that movie so many times. So, yep. Lloyd Christmas? I'd like to move to... I'd like to move to, where the fields of Capistrano, what the hell does he say? They're gonna move to Aspen, where the beer flows like wine, or whatever the hell it is. Grumpy Plumber! That freaking super chat. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about Matt Barnes for a second. If you like Matt Berry, you need to watch Gareth. I don't even know what that is. Gareth. Well then, let's just make a note and we'll look that up later. There's a note. I saw him recently. He was on Curb Your Enthusiasm too, and he was really funny on Curb. He's just really funny. Like his delivery and like just the way he talks is really funny. On camera. I was watching old clips of Norm Macdonald calling Adam Egget a Holocaust denier, and it was so funny. Norm's the man. Remember watching like Dirty Work, and I was all about those movies when I was younger. On camera. Dude, what we do in the shadows is so funny. It's so like, there's so much detail to their like, so much detail to their characters too. It's so cool how they have like brand new technology and it's like a typewriter. They're like, go get the like writing machine, and it comes out with like a crazy typewriter from like the 60s, and it's like brand new technology. That's so funny. Because, you know, if you've been alive for 1,000 years, you know, 50 years ago, it was just the other day. I think that's cool. Oh, I like it. What we do in the shadows? Yeah, I don't know. There's a bunch of good TV shows. Yep. Jake, he's a genius. Yeah. Ben? Oh god, you know what I'm fucking hearing? It's my goddamn phone. I keep being like, this music is so loud. I could just turn the stupid music off on my phone. It's like barely playing in the background. Okay, so Ben? Put Danger 5 on the watch list too. It's hilarious. Made in Australia on a shoestring budget. Season 1 is untouchable. Danger 5. Why does that sound familiar too? Danger 5. Alright. We'll add that on there too. Danger 5. What'd that just remind me of though? Reminded me of I don't know. Severance. Yeah, Severance is very good. I really like that. It should be coming back soon, right? I really enjoyed that show. It was beautifully shot. It's well directed. I mean, I really like it. It looks really good. That's my thing. I want stuff to look really good too. Man, what is the show? There's that one movie that's at the Comedy Store that they made, and they kind of like punked the guy. Not punked him, I hate that word. They kind of like scammed him or played a joke on him, but he was going to be in a movie with Don Barris is in that. Some other guys. Can't remember. Season 2, 2025. I feel like these TV shows take so long to make now. I remember we're talking about Seinfeld and all these old sitcoms. They made like 24 episodes of Seinfeld a year. And then now we're on, like, you know, Severance. It's like they make 8 and they came out like 4 years ago. It's like it takes so long to make these movies and TV shows. I should say TV shows, because they're just so well made now. It's crazy. Huh. Alright, I'm gonna go buy myself a beer. Oh, I gotta go to the grocery store. Shit. Oh well. Going to the grocery store. Alright, guys. Yeah, if you want, sign yourself up for a membership. If you already have a membership, make sure to, like, come back on August. JP, the Modelo's on me tonight. Buy a 24. What do they have? What sizes? They don't have a 24 ounce, do they? Because I kind of like 2 beers, but I don't really want to buy a whole package. It's what, 2 12 ounces? You bet. I appreciate it so much, guys. Fantastic. Yep. So, come back next Monday. You're not going to see a video from me this week because I have been working on this monumental, that's all the notes from the live stream. The monumental video called The Rise and Fall of Hyperball, which is taking a long time because of all the research. Look at this timeline I have. This is the timeline of the MPPL. That's what I've been doing the last week. This is how I'm organizing all these new videos. Anyway, you're going to see that pretty soon. Probably like 2 weeks or something like that, just because there's so much crazy research involved. But in the meantime, I don't know. Keep living life. Go stay cool. Maybe take a nap tomorrow.